You and I are going to Italy today. We are going to visit with the great Italian watercolor artist, Francesco Fontana. Hey, Francesco, so nice to see you, my friend.
Ciao, ciao, my friend Eric, amico mio. How are you?
You're going to have to speak English, all right? Because my Italian is a little rusty.
I can't speak in English, just macaroni, stuff like that.
So I want to show some people some of your work just so they have a feel for some of the beautiful work that you do. Fabulous watercolor work, but also you work in oils and other things. So it's really fabulous to have you on today. Thank you for doing this.
Good to be here. Your company is always welcome.
Thank you. Well, I hope to get over there in person, to see you in person. I think the last time I was in Milan, which was about 2-3 years ago, we tried to connect, but we couldn't really make it work for whatever reason. So I'm sorry about that. But I'd like to just come over and paint for a few days. You can take me around. We could drive up to Lake Como.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're very welcome anytime. You know, it's but as I said, Milano is now very, very nice. In the past few years, they remodel it, and it's a lot of new parks and new. Yes, it's a beautiful city.
It's a fabulous city. You know, they have that new area. I don't know what they call it, but it's kind of an elevated area where they have all the shops, and you walk along that area, and you kind of go. I don't know what part of the city.
Yeah, they call it city life. It's all English side sort of. Yeah. City life, or the new area that was called Isola. You know. Anyway, there are 2 or 3 neighbors that now are very nice to hang around and just go paint, go shop, go eat, go meet people. Nice. Just
So, what are you going to do for us today, Francesco?
Oh, okay. Well. Speaking of Milan, some of the audience of this very, very amazing streaming that you're doing, they suggest I would paint a scene from Milan, specifically a tramway.
A tramway.
Well, I said the tramway is too obvious, so I said, okay, I'll do it from a black and white photo, and I'll take the chance, these cues to talk about some trick and tips for maybe beginners. I don't know, maybe beginners would appreciate that. So
we're all got to get a lot out of it. You're such a fabulous painter.
Oh, come on. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Also, I will just suggest 2 or 3 unusual ways to paint in watercolor. For instance, today I will have my easels straight up, down, like vertical.
Yes.
Standing like this.
That's very unusual for a watercolor artist.
Yeah, in a way, let's say that today I'm going to paint watercolor like an oil painter, in a way, in terms of gesture, posture, and setting up. Okay. So this is an oil easel, actually. So we're going to see a few unusual things. This is just one of those.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Francesco. I'll pop off, make a couple of announcements, and then we'll get back. And everybody, welcome Francesco Fontana from Italy. Francesco, applause and thumbs up, and we'll be back with you in just a second. Francesco, I want to show you guys again, in case you tuned in late. Francesco is a world-class artist. Some of his work is just absolutely fabulous work. And he works in oils, watercolors, pastels. He does it all. And so he's our guest today. And he's going to do something unusual in that he's going to paint vertically. A watercolor artist usually have their canvas, at a slight angle, but he's going to paint vertically, and he's going to do a little piece. And I see, Francesco, that you're a good promoter. You have your website up there, and I will put it up here too, because that way it's there. And
yeah, you teach me this, right?
Yeah, well, you read my marketing book, obviously. So we're going to turn it over to you. I'll jump in with some questions or comments from our worldwide audience. And you guys, if you have comments, remember to jump in. And remember, today for comments, you can get my book, Make More Money Selling Your Art. and tomorrow we'll announce the winner. And so make sure you do that. And so now let's get to Francesco Fontana. Take it away, Francesco. Whoops.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Now I'll try to get adjust with the camera and all the tech, right? So, okay, I'll show you. This is the subject. I don't know if you can see it. I just printed in black and white one of my photos of downtown Milan. So there's a tramway that was suggested by some of the fans of this streaming videos. And I'll do it, a little bit with some little different practice. As Eric said, working straight up down here, so the ears was just vertical, and this is typical of oil painting, because you want to see, when you're painting, you want to step back a little bit and look for a distance, from a distance, etc. So the challenge that I would suggest, especially beginners, to take from time to time is just to start, work from a black and white situation, a reference photo, or sketch, and just make up your colors, make an arrangement. Now, while Eric was just, giving you the announcement, I just quickly sketch the subject with this graphite stick. This is maybe unusual for many. This is all graphite. I don't know if you use that, but that's just a new tip. Then, so basically, I got my subject here. I will stick with the dominant value here is pretty dark, right? It's almost a nectar, right?
We cannot see your reference image very well. If you want to maybe tilt it.
You want it included in the picture?
Well, at least while you're talking about it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So what I'm saying is the dominant value here is pretty dark, right? So on a scale from say 1 to 5, this is going to the average value is kind of 4. Right? This is going to be 3. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 5. The darkest one. So that's the way I work basically with values 3.
So you only use 5 values. Some people use 10. You pretty much boiled it down to 5.
Well, in the first place, I believe that working with the odd number of values should be, we should be better off, because there's always a mid-value, which would be just equal for every whatever scale you have. You have the lightest means, say white, black, and then mid-tone in between. Then all the other grays of tones, the other tones are just fractions. So in the first of all, I prefer to have an odd number, 5, 7, or 9, or etc. But 5, I think it's pretty good. It's rich enough, but it's not too complicated. Especially if you do a quick work or plein air, etc. Anyway, so the dominant here is around here. That's kind of a nocturne. So what I'm going to do is just pick 3 colors, just 3 colors, and I would do orange. Orange is the typical color of the Milan tramway. So orange, number 1. Number 2, I would just look for the complementary color, so that would be blue. And then just let's add one more color. Just this is kind of free. Eric, you suggest a color. That. That doesn't matter. You want to
purple.
Don't worry about that.
Purple.
Okay. Purple. And then this is the random thing. Like we don't know what's going to happen when they mix together. We can preview it, but anyway, it might be a little bit different from the atmosphere that actually was there. So this is the expressionist part of it. Like we interpret the scene. So in the first place, what I do Well, as I said, this is already toned. I tone beforehand. I tone the paper like this. Can you see that? Okay, I just put some gray leftover from my palette and let it dry. So actually, I've drawn the subject here on a painted paper. That's the one more unusual way. You can try. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just leave the lightest light open, and again we said purple, blue, and orange. Let me set palette. Here. I'm sorry you didn't see the palette. Anyway, okay, purple, say ultramarine blue, put it here. Ultramarine blue, and as orange, I would use a quinacridone burnt orange. This one, and the first place. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Say I'll put down value 3. So let's put it this way. Okay.
How come you made
It's hard to
how
tell.
come you made your sky dark blue when in the photo it looks like it's a pretty light value?
I told you. I rather do it a little bit more as a nocturne, but
I missed that.
you know, you can't
Okay.
use it
Or as a
for this.
nocturne. Okay. No, do what you were going to do. Don't let me change it.
All right. So I guess the font is gonna be this headlights. Okay. Okay, let's switch to another different brush. Um, okay.
Can you tell us what kind of brush you're using?
Sorry.
What kind of brush and what kind of paper?
Well, this is appointed, and this must be Da Vinci. I can't remember those now, but ideally I use much more. Most of my brushes are Princeton, Neptune, round, flat, and yeah. And paper I'm
Can you
using.
hold them up
Well,
in
this.
front of the camera because we couldn't see them?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold them up in front of the camera so we can see them.
Yeah, this is a Princeton, Neptune. They're very nice, either squirrel or synthetic, sometimes synthetic sable, Kaliski, and just yeah, mostly Princeton. But okay, I have some others as well. Paper, I'm using this German brand. Can you see Anna Müller?
Yes, they were, as a
Can
matter
you
of
see it?
fact, they were at the plein air convention as a vendor.
Okay, good. Yeah, I like it because it's pretty soft. It's not too rough. It's not too smooth, and it's pretty light. So I'm using this, and yeah, I'm happy. So yeah. Mm, well, if you want to know about paint, uh, most people know that I'm a brand ambassador. I have to do this, commercial sort of. I'm brand ambassador of Daniel Smith, so I'm pretty happy with this extra fine watercolor paint. And okay, so let's get to some more dark.
Will you let that, are you trying to let that dry a little bit, or is it just drying enough, or do you care?
Yeah, I got a little fan here. So can you see?
Yeah, well, you got a lot of fans watching too.
Yeah. So I got this fine anyway. Uh, Sort of drying it as he goes. Drying it as he goes. Well, I wish it was a little drier, but anyway, it's okay now. Let me sort of get this. Okay.
So if you're going to put that dark value in anyway, why didn't you just start with the dark value? Francesco,
Yeah.
how come you didn't just start by laying in the real dark value rather than having the underpainting?
I'm sorry?
How come you didn't just start with the dark value rather than having the underpainting first?
Uh, why didn't I start with the darks, you mean?
Yes, why didn't you start with the darks and you laid in some color under it that's not really showing through? Why not just start with the darks?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, now I understand what you mean. Well, because It does anyway, because the optical mix is always there. Even if it's not visible, you can feel it. And also because I do tend to work by layers, even if they're pretty, fast, not the long process of many layers, etc. But however, I like to sort of do layers like this, for instance, and then go with this, and
Hey, would
it's
you, that's me calling, so I can answer questions or ask you questions. So just go ahead and answer that.
yeah. So it's really hard. Okay, I want this, and this. Okay, um,
I love how you're using that big brush and you're creating that, the drawing with it as well. It's fabulous.
yeah, that's just cat, the edge of the brush is nice to make straight patches of color.
You got about 15 minutes. You're doing great.
Well, I'm going as fast as possible, but no, now I'll focus on the tramway. This is the main character of this movie.
There's a question that says, did you take the photograph and how do you come up with the colors from a black and white photograph? You just make it up in your head?
Yeah, yeah. As you know, I tend to work by memory to train myself having a good memory, and you know, sometimes colors are a kind of distraction, and you don't enjoy you follow too much the real thing, and I want to leave at least something unpredictable a little bit. So that's why. But I stick with the orange for the which is pretty iconic for the local tramways. All right.
Okay, you guys, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments section and I'll ask them as they're coming in.
Yeah, sorry, I get
No, that's fine.
but if you have questions, please go ahead.
Well, you have viewers from all over the world. We have India, we have Egypt, we even have Italy.
Do we have Italy?
Yes, I think you said you had a visitor the other day. I have a couple of Italy. Kat Ring is in Italy, but
yeah,
I think Linda Marie is there. Yep.
yeah.
We all kind of got to know each other. You know, we've been at this almost 6 months as of Saturday.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I need to dry a little bit. Sorry for the sound.
You know, I don't need to blow dry my hair, but I think maybe this would be a good opportunity. Hey, Francesco, how does this paper behave differently than some of the other papers that you have tried in the past?
Yeah, I told you, it's just soft. It's just light and soft, and well, it stays stretched as well. That's the same standard of many of them, but I like it because it's soft enough to draw smoothly, but it's got a little texture anyway, a little bit of texture, but the texture is not too pointed. It's not too, the grip is not too strong. Okay.
Lots of people watching. Norway. Hello, Norway. Just tuned in all over the U.S. We have.
Hello, Norway.
Hello, Norway. British Columbia, Canada. Deep in the heart of Texas. You got them everywhere, Francesco. You're a star. You're attracting people from all over the world.
Yeah. Well, maybe because they still believe Italians are fun. You know?
Well, they are fun.
Well,
India.
hope so. And let me get rid of some of this. It's all the negative thing to be done.
What is the size of that painting? I know you're centimeters there, but it looks to me like it's about a 16 by 20. Is that about right?
Hold on.
Is the size about a 16 by 20?
I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, okay.
We got old technology. I can tell you by as it's 12, yeah, 12
12 by 16.
By 14
Yeah.
because I crop it a bit here.
Okay. All right. Hello, New Zealand. Hello, North Carolina. They said, don't forget
Hello.
mentioning us. Ontario.
Ciao.
Ciao, baby. I think our friend Mustafa in Egypt has brought more people into the daily broadcast than most of us in America have. So, Mustafa, thank you. You guys tell your friends, make sure that you post this so that people can see it. They don't know about it, and we need to spread this to the world. Hazel, thank you for doing that in New Zealand. How do you frame? Do you use glass or do you no glass?
I use Plexi. Plexi, yeah. Okay, now what I want to do is just.
Somebody asked, do you normally paint vertically or are you just doing that for the demo?
Well, I do that on occasion. But today, the pretext was the demo. But it's a good challenge because you learn, you challenge yourself how to control, the dropping here, and to make the right dilution in the paint with the paper. Yeah, it's a good exercise.
Are you using looks like you're adding a white. Is that a gouache or what is that?
Yeah, this is actually watercolor, white, Chinese white.
Okay.
And I think it's not offense because some purists are, kind of contrary. But if you use it wisely, and above all, if you use it transparently, um, you know, there's no problem. This is pretty diluted, so it's actually a watercolor.
Hello,
Okay.
Mumbai. Hello, Pakistan. Man, this is really fun today. We're getting a big audience. You were a popular guy, Francesco.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Thank you anyway, everyone watching. I really do appreciate your support, your being there. Let me now this.
You're down to your last 5 minutes, Francesco. No pressure.
Okay. Of course, I'm not going to finish it in the session, but I'll be happy to post it when it's done. So remember, if you come to Milan, take tram 16. We get downtown, near the Duomo. Now, need to have a little bit dark here. Yeah. I build the painting all together. I don't like to finish one spot and then go, to the next one. I like to, work here and there, make it grow, together. So that's why most times my paintings don't really, you don't really, I mean, you need to wait until it comes out at the very end, sort of.
I'm going to recommend, Francesco, that you bring that closer to the camera so we can see it. And we're going to have to hop off in a couple minutes anyway. So maybe this would be a good
Yeah.
time to bring it
Yeah.
so we can get a feel for it. Somebody asked me to extend today. Unfortunately, I have another meeting and I can't, so I apologize. But when I extend, it tends to cut off on some of the platforms anyway, so I don't want to do that to everybody. But thank you for the suggestion. Okay, let's see it. All right, I'm going to go off camera.
So this is going to be the focus. You know, it needs a little bit more work. So, you know, it's not going to be for this session.
Well, you even have a figure in there, which I'm impressed with. You got that done.
Yeah, I wanted to introduce some figure. Let me see if that. Okay.
All right. Well, that's fabulous, Francesco. Okay, I'm going to watch you do that figure. Then we're going to let you go. Here we go.
Okay.
What is the key to painting figures and making them look right?
Don't try to make a figure. Don't try to make a human. Try to sort of make some abstract form. Well, when they so small, this small. If you, of course, if you're working on a portrait or a large figure, it's different. But here, you need to have patches of paint that, you know, feel like human.
All right. So we're going to have to wrap up here, Francesco. Thank you so much. How about you guys give thumbs up and applause to Francesco Fontana from Milano, Italy.
You're too good. You're too sweet, man.
You're awesome, man.
Thank you, everyone online, and of course, I'm a disciple of Eric. So look at the website and just go there and sign up for my newsletter. You get a coupon, you get a lot of benefits, a lot of stuff if we're talking marketing. But of course, I'm here to share with you, I was here to share with you, you know, my passion for what I call it, for painting in general. So that's the first thing.
Well, Francesco,
okay,
you're one of the good guys, and I'm so glad to have you on my program today. Thank you so much.